Hi everybody. So today I want to do a Project 10 Pan update. This is my first month and today is September 28th. I apologize. I have a cold. I'm so sorry. I've taken a cough candy. I hope it's going to help me throughout the video, but we will find out. And I highly doubt it because I've been coughing crazy for the last little bit. So I have my notes here today of what it is that I did add into my Project 10 Pan last time that we did this. And I'm so sorry it took me forever to upload that video. I don't understand why, but my computer was having issues with uploading to YouTube and stuff like that. I hope I have it kind of fixed right now. Some of the videos that I shot, I lost my data on it, all that stuff. So unfortunately, we're just going to kind of run ahead with this. I hope you guys are okay that you're basically going to see that video, I think maybe a week or two to the maximum before I upload my 1 month update because I don't want it to be too late. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So it's not a really long video, and I always say that, but the first thing is the fructose damage eraser. We started right here, and I've made it to about here, which I'm pretty pleased with the product, or progress, I would say. I did about a third of that, so I think anticipation-wise, it should take me about another 2 months to finish that up. Then with the Avon Moroccan oil, we started here, now we're at here, and I think that one's going to take me quite a bit of time because it does pump out such a small amount at a time, so it doesn't overly weigh down your hair, I would say. That is actually pretty darn good, actually. I do like it. So Apple Spice liquid hand soap from Avon, I had to add some water to this, so it actually looks probably about the same, but it's definitely more fluidy, I hope you can tell, than last time. So I anticipate this actually lasting maybe a month more if I'm lucky, which is perfect because it'll just finish up fall for me, which I love. And then the pumpkin spice lotion, we started up here and we're all the way down to here. I've really been loving this scent. It does have a very nice mild pumpkin spice scent. It's not the most moisturizing, but it's not the most drying to my skin either. So I've been quite appreciative of that. The Haiku Sunset Body Wash. I also did have the Kyoto Flower as well. I wanted to show y'all. I know I mentioned that in the video, but I think I had used this before starting Project 10 Pan, but I had started from there last time, and we, of course, finished that in no time whatsoever. Those will probably show up in one of my empty videos coming up right away soon. Now the original Haiku lotion, we started up here. I'm already about halfway done, so a little bit more to go there. The Kyoto Flower here to here, just a couple days use, probably more. And unfortunately, Haiku Sunset has not moved on me because I've been using a couple of the other lotions quite a bit. Now, these ones are the ones that I know I was going to be able to use up the fastest because these ones were my hydrating after shower, after tub kind of lotions that I was going for. So this one, we started up here, we're all the way down to here. I'm actually pretty sure this one I maybe have one more use left of it and then it'll be done. And then also the Paris Amour, we started here and then we're all the way down to about there again. So yet again, maybe 1 or 2 uses out of those maximum. I am going to cut the tubes open to make sure that I do get all of the product because I don't want to waste what I already have, kind of thing. I have also these cut soaps. I think I started with about 4, maybe 5 pieces of these to my knowledge. I'm down to like 1.5, so maybe another month of using those and then we'll be good. The sprays, the body sprays, the Caprice Seaside Citrus from from Bath & Body Works. I keep saying the Body Shop every time. This one, unfortunately, maybe moved like not even like a quarter an inch. This one I hardly used. I can't blame anyone but myself on that one. This one I'm extremely excited about, though. This one is the Tokyo Lotus and Apple Blossom body spray. I didn't say the name in the last video, and I apologize for that. But this one was basically at the top, almost all the way down to here, I think is where I marked it roughly. But we've made it all the way down to here. So I consider that substantial progress. I did use this as mainly a room spray, a bed spray, a clothing spray, kind of thing like that, to really kind of plow through that because I don't want to have it anymore. This one, unfortunately, did lose its first mark of where it was. I will go back to the first video and see if I did mark the product or if I can kind of figure out where it was located wise, but we did manage to make it to about here on the product. So I'm considering that pretty darn good progress. I think I've used maybe about an inch of that product if I'm not mistaken. Now, the first time we used this product, we were up to here at the black label, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of draw a line over here, because for whatever reason I decided not to mark it on the same side, but we used at least about that much from there down, roughly. So quite good progress on that. Not going to hate on myself at all. We're moving into the makeup, and this is where I've had the most breakthrough on products of actually being used up. The Body Shop Face Powder. This is in the shade 2. I used about, I would say, half of the container. When I shot my first Get Ready, or not Get Ready With Me, my first Project 10 pan, there was oodles of product in this lid. It was actually, I would say, equally full up here as it was down there. So actually I had almost a full container basically when I shifted it all down here. It was maybe 3/4, but pretty darn close to full. So I've used about half of that powder so far. That lid is so hard to show you guys. I'm so sorry. So yeah, like we did about half, which I'm super excited, super stoked about. I'm really appreciative of that. The Too Faced Prime and Poreless was one of my get rid of things. I have very little of it. I knew I was going to be able to use this in days. I did. I will keep the container though, because I do appreciate using this for creams and liquids and mousses when I cut open containers and stuff. That's when I'll use this more. Okay, so the NYC Smooth Skin, I've made some progress with this. If I can, I'll insert a picture kind of to show you like how side by side these two kind of stack up together, like as of now, as of then kind of thing. But I did definitely use some progress on this. It is good. Unfortunately with powder, you have to be so careful that you don't overuse the product. Otherwise, you have to be so careful that you don't overuse that product. Otherwise, you just come across looking chalky and cakey, and it's not a good look. Let's be frank. Okay, the Too Faced Elf's Tone Correcting Powder. You can see I've used quite a bit of this one up. We had just the smallest little circle, I would say maybe about my thumbprint size or my fingerprint size there, and I've managed to get all of that rest up. This one, and I anticipate maybe another month and a half to use this, just because powder, you can't use a lot of it, but I do quite like that, especially if my foundation is a little bit too dark for me. I do find that that one does actually help to kind of lighten the tone of the product a little bit for me, which I'm quite appreciative of. I do not have my Essence Fixing Compact with me right now because, frankly, I didn't finish up the powder, so I'm not going to be throwing that into the rotation until I finish off at least the NYX or the Body Shop. Garnier Fructis, the 5-second blur, this one didn't move whatsoever. I did say in that video why it wasn't going to be getting touched, and it is because of this product right here, the Gouache Velvet Touch whipped kind of primed poreless. You can see I've hit pan in the bottom. I don't know if you can tell, but I would say I've at least gone through half of the product I had, if not 2/3. I've really made it a mission to use this. I don't know if this product is breaking me out, unfortunately, because of the heaviness of it. I've been doing my best to not apply a lot of it, but unfortunately, as the product is the nature, it's a heavier one, you kind of have to be careful. The CoverGirl Olay Serum Primer, I've used some, but not a lot of this one. So originally started there, now we're up to there. So I am using that one when I want something a little bit more light, a little bit more natural. That's when that one gets used. The Avon BB Cream, I did completely use that up. I have cut it open to get all of the little ounces of that open, but I am completely done with that now. The Christian Dior Lip Maximizer we have to here to use, and I think we were about halfway, so I used about a quarter of that lip gloss. Every time I remember to, I try to use the products that I have in this, and it's actually been basically getting housed inside of my makeup on the desk of it. The L'Oreal Magic Lumi, I broke it apart. I did use all the product. I broke it apart to get all the last little goodiness of that because I just didn't want to waste product. So that is now done. And then the Be a Bombshell blush, we started with the product right about there, and now we have made it to about here of products. So quite stoked with this. This has basically been my blush for the past month. I will say consistently wearing that every single day. I do really quite like this shade. The other things that this one can do, though, this is why it was called the One Stick with this, is it's your blush. It can also be a cream eyeshadow. It can also be a lip product. Excuse me. And I do not use this in those fashions. So actually, for me personally, this one's taken, I would say, some time because I only use it in such a This one will take me a little bit of time just because I am only using it in one format of what it was meant to be for. And I do appreciate multi-purpose products, but for me in this one in particular, I don't think I would feel comfortable applying this to my cheeks in the stick form and then applying this to my lips, just hygienic wise. And the shade isn't one that I would feel comfortable as a complete eyeshadow for a day. So that's just kind of where I'm sticking out on that one. Okay, so that is everything that we have used up, and that's all of the products, basically progress, I can say, that we have at this moment. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!